Brinyte reached out to me recently and said, hey, do you want to try one of our torches? And I was like, send it to me. I'll use it for a couple of months, and if I like it, I'll make the video. If not, we'll move it on to wherever you want to go. And they were like, sweet, done deal. So I've used it for a couple of months and I like it, and I'm making the video. So here we are. That's my relationship with Brinyte. They sent me the torch. I didn't pay for it, but I like it enough to make the video on it. It's good. It's a good torch. Spoiler alert. And if you like what you see, there's a discount code in the description if you are looking for one. So jump on that. You get however much % off. I don't know, this much % off. And I get to wet my beak a little bit on that one. I promise you, from the depths of my heart, I will waste that money. I will spend it on beer and ammo. I will not pay any bills with it. That's my commitment to you. Let's go. Let's have a look at what's in the box. I gotta say, it's a nice box too. It comes with the little Brinyte logo on the top. It's got the magnetic flippy thing. I like it. It's good. Easy to open. Comes looking like that. So you've got your torch, your main body. Here we go. Packaged quite nicely. Looking good. Interesting torch. It's a very strange torch. It's not for everybody, but I've been happy with it so far. It's quite useful. Accessories wise, let's have a look. It comes with your big 5000 milliamp hour battery. It comes with a tail switch. The standard tail switch is installed on mine currently because I'm not using it on the gun just yet, but it has a dimmer switch in it and a click function as well. This is another tail switch specifically for hunting applications and rifle mounts. So you've got your power on and your up and down dimmer, and you can pull a little sticky pack off the back of this and mount it to your rifle. So you've got a good long amount to put it on, so you can put it on your foregrip or wherever it is that you want to put it. Good, nice piece to have. Oh, we've got some jewellery. I didn't see this the first time I opened it up. Will it fit on my hand? Whoa, sort of. Ugh. Alright, there we go. Fashionable. Spare O-rings, always handy to have spare O-rings. USB charging port and a lanyard. It also comes with the world's worst, the very worst user manual I've ever seen. I think the person who designed the torch wrote the manual and just like assumed that everybody was there within the design process, but all of the details that you need to know for how to operate the torch are on their website, which I'll link in the description as well. So if you are deeply confused about why you can't get your torch to work, jump on their website and scroll through the T28 webpage and you'll see how it all charges. And I'll show you right now as well. So this is the battery and this is the charging cable. It's a USB-C charging cable, and if you look on the torch, there is nowhere to charge the battery. I thought you were going to put the battery inside the torch and then plug the torch in, like most other torches. But no, apparently not. The battery is self-contained. It has its own recharging port down the bottom there. So you plug this cable in there like that, and there's a little LED on the actual battery that will tell you when it's charged. So that was something that weirded me out. It took me a while to figure that out. And secondly, we'll pop the battery in and I'll show you the next weirdness. So, in you go. Battery goes in, you've just spent 2 hours charging your battery or whatever. Doesn't really take that long. And then you go to turn your torch on and you click the back of it and nothing happens. Clickety clickety poo. You would think that that would turn it on. And this is not in the user manual. So it is on the website, but it's not in the user manual. So you've got to hold the back of it down. It's basically a fail safe so that you don't accidentally turn it on. So we're going to go 1/1000 to 1000, 2 seconds. 2 seconds hold and it will turn on. And then you can run your dimmer switch to go all the way from 2% all the way back up to 100%. And the torch, of course, is zoomable, so you can go to a flood or to your spot, and anywhere in between as well. And you can also switch from green to white to red. And that's the main reason why you would buy this torch, in my opinion. Right, so we'll talk about specs and why it is that you might actually buy this torch in light of these specifications, because there are torches that are cheaper and brighter than this one, but they don't have the same functionality that this one does. So because we have this switchable color selector on the front and the dimmer switch on the back, it makes it a very versatile torch. When you're out hunting, I've always found it to be a bit of a pain to be switching between white light and red light, because red light, when you're spotlighting with a red light, the animals don't seem to be quite as freaked out about it. Sometimes animals will freeze under white light, which is nice, but they don't seem to have the same adverse reaction to red light. You can sort of just shine red light around a fair bit more, and they don't really, doesn't seem to scare them away quite as much. You'll still see more animals later on in the night after you've given your position away with the red light than you would with the white light. And the green light it's a nice addition. It's very easy on your eyes. The green light, in my mind, the function that it performs is if you're searching around somewhere close and you don't want to burn your eyelids, it's just like the white light can just be so ridiculously bright that it ruins your night vision. So it's nice to run the green light and be a little bit easier on your eyes. Obviously you've got the dimmer switch, so you can run that white light all the way down to 2% if you want, have it nice and dim for reading maps and whatever else it is that you're doing, reloading magazines, etc. But you can get a fair bit more light with the green light and still not ruin your eyes that are adjusted for the darkness. So that's what I like to use the green light for. Obviously the white light's great as a high-powered spotlight, and then red light very much so for finding animals without freaking them out too much. Now there are 3 different models in the Brinyte T-Series range. There's a T28 IR, so you can get this same thing but with a 940 nm light, and then in the middle there is a 850 nm light, which would work great for my X-Sight Pro. I have a infrared night vision scope, and this would make a great illuminator for that. Well, the T28 IR would anyway. And then on the other end of that one, you've got a white light as well, so it works as a normal torch too. And these two, the T28 IR and the T28, both have all 3 LEDs installed in the torch at all times. So it's a pretty handy, pretty versatile thing. It's not super heavy, and you don't have to worry about faffing about when you're out in the bush in the middle of the night. Whereas with the T18, you have a slightly longer throw, but instead of having all of your LED modules installed, you have to uninstall the white light and then install the red one, or install the IR light or whatever. So it's not as versatile on the go, I suppose, but it does perform all of the same functions as the other two. But personally for me, I don't want to be disassembling and reassembling a torch in the middle of the night in the bush. No thanks. So I'm a much bigger fan of the T28 than the T18, whichever way you want to go. But as far as the specs go, the white light on this one at max power is 650 lumens, which is not that bright compared to a whole bunch of other ones, but considering there are 3 LEDs in here, with different colors and different options, it's certainly, that's why you would buy it. You would buy it for the versatility, not for the outright power. But with that being said, you still get about a 500 meter throw out of that 650 lumens. So on max power, you can really crank it up and off she goes. It's definitely more than bright enough. And then on the red light, you've got 140 lumens, 250-ish meters worth of throw. And then on the green light, only 130 lumens, but for some reason green light seems to float quite a bit further than red light does, and you get about 340-ish meters, according to the website at the very least. It seems like the green light, like your eyes see the green light quite nicely. It's well, my eyes do at least anyway. So yeah, 200 grams, not that heavy, not that light, middle of the road. It's got quite a bit of stuff in it, so it does have to be a little bit heavier than your average super simple torch. But it is made out of 6061 T6, so it's tough and it's very well built. I'm pretty happy with the way it is. I didn't know if it was going to be a super high quality torch or not, but it's tough. I've dropped it in water, I've bashed it around. I haven't been kind to it because I didn't pay for it, and still works fine. Hasn't kicked back at me yet at all, so we're all good. And price, finally price. $149 US or 179 European dollars. I don't know why it's more expensive in the euro. It should be cheaper than the US dollars, but who knows? Tariffs, tax, whatever. So for that kind of money, you can buy a more powerful torch from a few different reputable companies, but the fact that you can switch between green, white and red in a good quality torch with this nice interface, that's why you're buying this torch. That's why you're not buying the other ones. So if outright power is what you're going for, you'd be buying something else. But if you do need to be able to quickly switch between white and red light and have a nice way of doing it, this is a good one. I have another torch that I have used for the past 10 or so years. It's a Nitecore P28 Smiliadon or something weird like that. It's been discontinued since, but it still works. The only thing I have had to replace on it was the battery because I've used it for so long. Put a new battery in it and she kicked off again. It was great. I love that torch. It is a it's about 1,000 lumens and it was about 120 Aussie dollars. So affordable, rugged, well built, lasts forever. But the interface on it is just so annoying. There's too many buttons and they all do different things, and you have to remember button pushing patterns to actually get different modes out of it. It has about 1 million different modes that you never want to use, like strobe lights and SOS and all this and that and the other, and you have to cycle through all of them to get to the ones you want. And now I've got mine set up with on off at the back and then the button on the front. You just click it to cycle through the power modes. But to actually get it to set up like that, you need a degree in electronics. It's too hard. It's way too hard and there's no reason for it to be that way. This one, you just hold the button, she turns on, and then you've got a dimmer switch on the back. It's so simple. You want a different color? Click it over to the different color. It's so much easier. It was kind of weird to try and figure it out without the instruction manual, but once you know how to use it, it is the easiest torch to use those features on. You know, you want to zoom, you just give it a twist and she zooms. The interface on this is a really big selling point for me. It's so much better than having one of those annoyingly complex torches that just has too many features that you don't need. So I like this one. It's good. I'm going to hang on to it for a while. Going forward into the future, you're going to see this gun strapped on to the side of my impact. We're going to do some nighttime pest control. At the moment, the weather has put the kibosh on that. So it's been raining here for a couple of weeks and it is getting very dismal and very moldy and very depressing, and I just want to go outside and shoot stuff, but such is life. Well, there you have it. The Artemis T28, a good torch with some good features. If you need these features, consider buying this torch. Goodbye.